going to release 2 weapons per year, you know? They said that they were going to release 2 weapons and they only released one. Only one weapon. How am I going to believe them if they're saying that they're going to release 2 weapons this year? You know? I feel that this weapon, I desperately needed this weapon like 3 months ago to something new to learn, to something new to see, you know. But you know, we're going to get it in 2 days. Better late than never, right? I just like, I feel that I want more in Brawlhalla, like more of what we already have. I want more weapons. I want more options. I want not necessarily. I mean, enjoy the game, you know. Enjoy the game. Enjoy the game. Stop complaining about it. I think the eSport and the PS4 release is holding the game development back. I mean, for sure. They say that for sure, and there's must be problems with that. With I don't know. There are so many things that I could say about Brawlhalla right now that I'm not really on board with how they've been handling them. Not sure if it is the moment on the stream to say stuff like that. This is just my second game. But I don't want to dismiss your comment. I'm agreeing with you, Chris. Like, I have so many things to say about the esports scene. Oh my god. Great place, everyone! Maybe this is what I went for playing with a really casual manner. I like side concept, but I knows me the one has so many new options utility compared to other weapons. Oh, I have stuff to say about that. I'm just going to end. I'm just going to end this match, and I'm just going to say I believe I'm going to load every photo that I have of Brawlhalla that I've been holding back for so much time. All right, we end this, boys. We got the three stock dream. You know, that's good. You know, let's just go and step back and just go to single player. Let's go to training mode. Let's go and play with my good old Nash, the character that I know and love. And let's talk about all this. Let's talk about all this. Before that, we put show damage, hitbox, and hurtbox, and you know all of this stuff. All right, so I'm going to tackle like the scythe concept. I like scythe concept, but it knows me that the new weapons have so many new options in utility compared to the old weapons. They should go back and update the old stuff, because all the new stuff is just better. The new 6 have more utility as well, like some of Crow's signatures, the Run 6, etc. The game needs a base to work off of a stronger casual community that would be interested in the esports. What up, Milo? Mantrak TV, hello, welcome to the stream. It's so good to have you back, and so to see you. I could not agree more with you. Like, I feel that Brawlhalla is like, I mean, BMG specifically, not Brawlhalla itself. Like, the developers don't really know exactly what the game needs. And the community also doesn't know it, and also you have the developers, you have the community, like the casual player, and you have the competitive scene. You have 3 parties here that are trying to work together to find a good balance between everything and make a great game. You know, Brawlhalla was built as a casual game, and it is. I feel that the competitive aspect of Brawlhalla is just not on par with what the casual audience and the casual players see in Brawlhalla itself. Like, there is a huge problem with that. And also, this is all kind of awkward because now defensive is now hosting me, and man, thank you so much for the host. I really appreciate it. I'm just now talking about Brawlhalla and everything that I feel that it has been going on in Brawlhalla this past few months, at least for me, and how I see the community and how I see the progress of the game itself. I feel that, oh man, how can I put this? Also, I'm extremely appreciative of defensive. If you were here earlier before defensive, if you don't know defensive, like, please go out there and follow this man because he's hilarious, he's entertaining, and he makes some of the best Brawlhalla content in Twitch and also in YouTube. He's extremely popular and he's extremely cool. So go out there and please check that man's channel out. And what else? Where can I start? Like what I was saying earlier, before I got like interrupted by this awesome like defensive host, is that I was talking a little bit about the progress of Brawlhalla. Is that and you know, I feel that it's fair to give like a like a little bit of a rundown of how my experience has been like for the past like semester, like the past 6 months. Like I've been playing Brawlhalla, for everyone who is not aware of who I am. Like I've been playing Brawlhalla since April of 2015, and I've been streaming like throughout like almost consistently like for a year. You know, it got me to where I am now. Like I first like played the game like 200 hours. I feel that the first week, and then not in like the first week 200 hours. Like in the first like 2 weeks, like I played like 200 hours or something like that. And like I played quite a lot. I played a lot, and I got to gold. And after gold, I started seeing like, oh, there is no one playing Brawlhalla, and I feel that why don't I start making content for Brawlhalla, because I enjoyed it quite a lot. And also thank you Sushi Mutilator, man, awesome name. Also, but why are you so bad to Sushi? But awesome name. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. I started playing Brawlhalla and I started making content for Brawlhalla, and I almost stumbled across the guides of Raiden. And Raiden was extremely popular back then. He was not a developer in that moment. Like he was just a community member, and he made guides and stuff like that. And I went to his chat for the first time. I stumbled across Twitch, and when I got there, like the community was extremely like charming, and everyone was so cool, and I got like the best warm welcome. Also, thank you so much to Mini Pyro, I should say, Mini Pyro. I'm so awful saying names. I'm so sorry, but thank you so much regardless, and thank you so much for being here. And you know, I saw Sir Potts advance there, a great player, a great streamer, also Magma Bob. I saw Maximus Maxi there, and so many great people as well. Like I remember so vividly all that time, and you know, like Raiden itself, like he was extremely welcoming to me as a new viewer, and he told me at the end of the stream, like, hey man, thank you so much for being here, I hope to see you again someday. And when he said that, I said to him, I said, man, I'm hooked, this community is awesome, I'm going to play the game, I'm going to stream the game. And I did exactly that. And if you don't know me, my first language is Spanish, but I've been streaming like in English like for such a long time that I am now like adopting like the language itself. I have learned so much about how to speak in English all this time. And thank you so much to Default VR, thank you so much for the follow. And what else? And I stream, I casted tournaments. I started following, like the developers notice me, those senpais notice me, and they have been extremely supportive. Like they have given me codes. You know, you can only get this if you meet a developer in real life. But they sent me like this goodie. I don't know if you can see it really well, because I believe Yeah, it is like the meta dev, like the old one. And they have sent me this kind of little stuff, you know. You can see it like Brawlhalla pins. You can put it in your shirt and stuff like that. They gave me a shirt, a T-shirt also. They gave me these. You can barely see it, but they gave me this, and you know, they have been extremely good to my stream and to myself and to my growth as a streamer, you know. Um, and I've been playing and I've been teaching. I got to #1 in the rankings, like I don't remember when. It was like around like last year, but I don't remember when. That was the time in which I was grinding up like ladder, and I was playing like consistently. But there was a moment I felt in during the last year that I started going a little bit bored, and it was specifically because like the gameplay itself, it got a little bit slow for me, and everyone knows about this. If you have played Brawlhalla into a high level, you're going to counter in some point someone who is like not playing aggressively, and he's just running away from you, and you are fighting a game that is lasting like 8 minutes, and it feels slow, you know, and it doesn't feel good. And I ate that like playstyle for how long? Like I don't know, like a couple of months, and I got burned. And just in like that time, there was like the regional like qualifiers for classifying to the BCX, the World Championship, and I started playing. I also prepared myself like quite a long time. Like I played like so much. I trained myself. I watched my replays. I knew exactly what I had to do to beat my opponents, and what I thought people could be in the upper brackets and that tournament. And my internet, of all things, like the servers, like pooped on me that day, and I had extremely huge lag. I had the how do you say, the screenshot of the ping that I had that day, and it was ridiculous. It was around 160 milliseconds of delay, and I lost there. Like I couldn't do anything. I felt like horrible, and that event also like discouraged me, because I was working out like a lot into the community, and it didn't pay off in any meaningful way. And you know what? I wanted to take a break. You know, I took a lot of effort in that moment for the tournament, and I said to myself, like, all right, what's the point? I haven't been enjoying the game too much. Like the passive gameplay, like it's like not fun to play. Like, and I stopped playing the game, because the reality is that I don't have much incentive to play Brawlhalla. Just for playing Brawlhalla, I don't go into tournaments because there's just not tournaments here in South America, and there's no money to be gained in South America. The esports like community in South America is like non-existent, and there is also no viewership like from Spanish-speaking countries, like at least on Twitch at that time. And like I had no incentive. Why do I will keep like streaming and playing Brawlhalla if the game is like not really like having too much of an impact in my enjoyment of the game? And you know, if you're doing anything like related to streaming, you need to be enjoying what you do in order to be effective. At least that's how I want to stream to come across, you know, that I'm enjoying like the things that I'm doing, and not just being like tired and like in a monotone, and like that I'm not being interactive with the chat, which I'm not doing right now because I'm telling a story, and I'm completely apologize for that. But it was a huge like mental crush that I had at that time. Also, thank you Hiking Viking 10, thank you so much. Oh, I really appreciate it. And it was like that for this was like 2015, like on August, I feel. So, somewhere around that time, but and after that I could never pick up the Brawlhalla again for consistently. After they released like the change dodge, and I took like a 3 months break, I came back into Brawlhalla again. I gave it another shot because because it's not that I hate Brawlhalla, it's just that I got bored of the gameplay, you know. And because I felt that there was not a lot of stuff that I could do, that I could provide as an entertainment. And after like playing like 1,000 games like myself, not more than 1,000 games, I have played probably like 7,000 games in Brawlhalla throughout the whole history. Like there is no one else that has played like more games than myself in ranked. I feel like I have so much experience. I burned out, you know. I burned out, and I feel that it was not like paying off at the moment. I'm just being like real talk, completely serious right now. Like, and I knew that people are going to watch me because I provide like good gameplay and I can teach people. You know, not specifically people are here for myself. Like in the stream for myself. I know that a lot of people, like 90% of the people that watch me, is because they want to see me, specifically me playing Brawlhalla and seeing how I can teach them how to play Nash and stuff like that. And that's totally fine. It's totally fine. But I saw my projections in Brawlhalla as a streamer, you know, and I saw the numbers of other content creators, and I saw other like streamers, like competitive streamers, and I saw that even though they are like great streamers, even though they are like great entertainers, and even though they provide great content for the community, I feel that nothing was like paying off in the mindset that I thought that it could happen. Like I thought that the game would take off and crazy, like hundreds of people would be watching like all these players, and it never happened. It never happened. At least I thought that the tournaments that we were making and that I was helping casting, you know, that I cast in the past, like they would get like thousands of viewership, like something like a real like a huge esport would get, and it was not happening. And I told myself, why is this not happening? Why the game is like not taking off as I wanted to take? Because I've been enjoying quite a lot of the game. I enjoy watching the game. Why is the game like not taking off? And you say whatever you want to say about viewership, but in any like type of entertainment, like viewership is extremely important in like old media, in like the TV, like ads. They don't want to put some ads in some shows because they are just not going to get the people to watch them, and it is extremely important. It is extremely important, and it was not getting that. Like my projections from Brawlhalla, they were always going up, but not at the pace that like a huge like competitive game that I saw in other streams. So I mean, in other games that they were doing like a lot better. I didn't also saw that there were a lot of like great, like already huge and pre-established like content creators in Twitch, and also YouTube that were playing Brawlhalla. Like the game, it was and it is like still like extremely good and enjoyable, and it has one of the best communities ever. But it's just so small. It's so small, and I wanted to all these like things to take off in a more like huge like scale that it has been so far. Like today I saw like a Reddit post, no, not Reddit post, but I saw like on Twitter that maybe Daiko, like the world champion in 2v2s, like he's going to quit Brawlhalla or something like that, and tomorrow he's going to give like a new stream, and he has said stuff in the past that he has thought about quitting Brawlhalla for personal reasons and stuff like that, but probably also because money, because there is just not too much money making, I mean too much money in the competitive streams to make it something like more consistent to be playing Brawlhalla and to put in the effort, and not to go and have like another job. And maybe he has other problems, but I guess that the money is one of them, consistency. And I feel that with all this happening, I think about the change that Brawlhalla could get to maybe get the casual audience on board, like the stuff that people that are not really familiar with the game, because everyone who is a competitive player is going to watch the tournament. Everyone who is like playing like in some level Brawlhalla is watching the stream, like in some way, but the casual audience that is not really familiar with how the concepts of Brawlhalla are implemented, like they don't find it appealing, and I believe that is something like a bridge that needs to be made, and I don't know exactly the how to build that bridge, but because it's extremely hard. But I wish that there were more like measures implemented to do stuff like that, you know. Like I wish, like one of the complaints that I heard from like other communities, you know, when they talk about Brawlhalla has been like that the game is like a Smash or too floaty. I mean, it is like too floaty of a concept, like everyone is just jumping like a million times in the air, and I feel that that is a fair complaint. All right, that's how it's going to affect the viewership, like from a casual viewer, in the reception that they get about Brawlhalla. I don't know, but I would also that's a complaint that I see a lot of people, and maybe it holds no ground, but I feel that it's so like I don't know, like representative of how someone who doesn't know the genre like sees the game, like, and also like backgrounds. So there is just not a lot of stuff going in the background, like there is not animation, it is just art going on, and besides that, like nothing else. Like it is like a dead. Everyone from that starts playing the game, or that starts seeing the game after like probably a few minutes, sees that everyone is like doing the same move over and over again, and there is just the same moves happening. Like there's not variation in movement, everyone behaves, everyone moves in the same way, and the only things that give you a sense of characterization in the gameplay is just the signatures. There is no sound assets, no one is making noise, everyone is mute, like after a while, like I feel that takes a hold somewhere in when the people see about Brawlhalla, and I think that in terms of this is just a personal thing, and all the things that I might be saying right now probably are like a little bit unpopular, but I feel that like the way that Brawlhalla is implemented right now in the weapon system, because right now Hate aka Throw. Thank you so much for the follow, I really appreciate it. The feels, I mean, the thing that I feel that Brawlhalla is like bad in terms of a design standpoint, lacks options from the players. In a big way, it is really significant how this affects the gameplay. I feel that everyone, I mean, you have to wait like months and months for a character that has two weapons that are already in the game. You know what I mean? Like, how much time are we going to wait for like a spear and bow? And a spear and a bow character, how much are we going to wait for a character like that? Even though the weapons themselves and the 70% of the movement and the actual like hits are already in the game, and you're just waiting for 6 new moves. That some of them are going to be recycled from other characters, like you see from Court, the side signature and the Bodvar side signature. They look quite the same, like in terms of animation and damage and force and stuff like that. It for me, the waiting for a new weapon that it must be in the game, like for me, it takes away the options, and I feel that as a design standpoint, for a design standpoint, and for someone who probably some days is going to start making games like myself, like I would love always to give options to people, you know, in terms of gameplay, because it gets in the game of the way. It gets in the way of the gameplay, having to wait months and months and months for a weapon combo that it is for weapons that are already in the game, just for 6 new moves, and they might not add enough to change the gameplay, you know. They might not be useful in some cases, and you have to wait for that months and months and months, and And I don't know. I want a spear and bow character. I don't know how much I'm going to have to wait for that. But probably it might never happen. Even though the weapons are there, even though the 70% of the moves, are already there. So yeah. So Milo, how are you doing? Owns Ricket. I'm doing fantastic. Milo, you're going to play rank today? I don't know. Probably, maybe. I don't know. It's how it will go. How I feel. I don't know if people want to see that. I'll bet $5 he won't quit. He'll be back within a week or two. I don't know. Probably. I hope that Daigo doesn't quit because he's a huge representation of how, and he's a huge inspiration, to a lot of players, to a lot of people. Like, all right, he look at what this madman did for the community. He has been a hero, a champion for people, in the past, not just in gameplay. Like, he has helped the community in so many ways. Like, he has helped it grow, and he also, like, is a really chill dude, even though he likes to play the card of being like the bad guy of the community. I mean, not bad guy, but like I don't know how you say it. What is the synonym? Like the cocky guy. He knows exactly what the community needs. I feel that, and what he can provide. Also, Sapphire Stark, thank you so much for the follow. Much appreciated. Thank you so much for being here. It is awesome. I would like to make a Rocket Lance character, a Qatar Rocket Lance character. Yeah, I would love to have something like that, and I don't know why. I mean, I know why, because they stick by this design decision and now they have to go through it. But you might never have that weapon combo, even though those weapons are in the game, and that is unfortunate. What else did I want to tackle on? I feel that there is a problem in Brawlhalla, and how they want to grow the competitive scene, and how they also want to grow the casual aspect of the game. Like, they want to go and make complex stuff, but it is also like for the casual players to enjoy, and to trying to find that balance. I believe that has hurt Brawlhalla in some ways, like having like no priority in what control you want to have or input you want to have, like a standard for your weapon for your game. Like, it has hurt the game, because they could add so much stuff in Brawlhalla if they were not held back by the keyboard users. How much I play with Brawlhalla 3, I mean, from an Xbox 360 controller, and I have so many buttons here that I could use for new stuff in Brawlhalla. Like, I don't know, a shield, maybe a running button, maybe I could do some moves, like some combinations specifically, and I could do like a Hadouken or something like that. But because there are people that use the keyboard and they can't add another button there, or it would be like extremely uncomfortable. They're holding that aspect of more complexity back from Brawlhalla, and they need to stick like adding wonky mechanics like the chain dodge there. I don't know, it feels wonky after a while, even though it is a good addition to make the game more like more aggressive in some way. It is also like too much power to something that it should be like a defensive mechanism, not just like an offensive one. I feel that Brawlhalla has so much like potential to be grown, as if they could add more stuff, like in terms of gameplay. Like, if they could add more unarmed playstyles. Why do everyone behaves in the same way? Why everyone jumps in the same way? Why is everyone just behaves in the same way? And there is no sense of personality in the gameplay of Brawlhalla. And if you could have like more gameplay aspects, like new animations, like if they stop the humanoid like character placeholder that we have right now, and they could do, I don't know, like a dog type of character, or a giant, or a fat character, or a really skinny one and a small one. Like they could add so much more uniqueness, you know, for from a casual standpoint, and they could worry about balance later, but I feel that they got into a rut of building on characters and characters that they barely have any semblance of uniqueness or characterizations that is hurting the game. I feel that from a casual viewer that I don't know. I don't know. The more they add characters, I feel the more empty Brawlhalla gets. Like the less I feel that they are providing me in options. Maybe that's just me, and maybe that's just my unpopular opinion from someone who has played like 2,000 hours this game. But it is so interesting how this game, I feel that it has so much potential as a fighting game, and it's not taking off as the way that I wanted to. I see other games that have been released like a couple of months ago with almost no advertising, and they're huge now, like Battle.Right, you know. It is fun to watch. People don't know what the hell is going on, and they enjoy it. Man, I want Gauntlet Bow. I wish there was a Gauntlet Bow. I wish that this is my dream for Brawlhalla. I wish that this could happen, and this is one of the wish lists, but it's just not going to happen. It's unrealistic. I wish that you could build your own character. You could build, like, if you want, like, Qatar, and you want Rocket Lance, and you could build your character because you have those weapon combinations. They will give you the stats that weapon combo will imply, and you can choose your skin or whatever you want for that character to have as those weapons. Like you can build your character like that, you know. You because I don't know how many people like read the lore, you know. How many people know about their character history, and they know about the Brawlhalla overall. I myself read all the lore, but I can't say that for everyone, especially casual players. Like, I don't know. It feels that would be the most objective and logical solution to the problem of having to wait months for a weapon combo that it is already in the game, and then you can choose your favorite, like, you could choose your set of signatures like we have right now in the game. You could choose your set of signatures and in both weapons, and you could make your character, and there would be a balance somewhere in the middle. There would be something that you could do there, or you could do like a placeholders signatures. I don't know, signatures even in the game right now, like a high level gameplay. It is like such a small percentage of what the game of what the whole damage output, like you could about the whole like damage that you do to someone and how much times you kill someone. I wonder how much time it is because of signature, you know. I don't even signatures, I think they're not that important. I want Siphoned Hammer. Even have some of the value made for my Qatar Lance character. I might submit the Qatar value to the scrimmage as a suggestion, and even know what stakes they would have. That's good, I feel. Let's play a game like on casual, in experimental. I feel that you could do that, and they could take inspiration in some of that Sapphire, but for legal reasons they would never take your idea to an official one, because there are legal reasons for that, because you made it and they don't want to dig too much into that. So it would be like a fan art, but I would not discourage you to submit it as an idea, because I love that kind of stuff. I love watching how people create like new